Ladies and gentlemen, it's Pepitas Nestle back once again with you, and right now I'm actually going to be bringing you West Regional coverage of the collegiate games here. And joining me now is Crusader Kitten. Crusader Kitten, how you doing?
Doing pretty good. I'm on winter break from school, so that's pretty awesome. But what's even more awesome is gonna be casting some games here for the collegiate games. I'm a bit unfamiliar just with the tournament format and what this is for. So could you go ahead and fill me in on a bit of that?
Right, so the Collegiate Games is a tournament that actually produces some regional competition. So it's split into 4 regions. Every team must win a tournament they play at their own school in order to qualify. So they are now being sent into the regional competition, and I believe the winners of each regional competition will go face a national competition. So these 2 teams are in the semifinals of the West region, and on the blue side we have Cal State Long Beach, and then on the red side for this game we have Santa Clara University. So should be a good game here. We've got some very high-level players here. I believe True ID is actually challenger tier in one of the respects. I do not know whether that is 3s, 5s, or ranked 5s. But we've got some bands out, so let's list those off and start talking about them. We have Elise, Kassadin, Leeson, Kha'Zix, and Gragas all out. So what do those bands say to you?
Well, obviously we're seeing quite a bit of jungle and mid lane bands that we kind of normally see. Kassadin has a perimeter band pretty much in every single game. Gragas as well has a lot of burst potential and wave players, really nice AP mid, and there's the last band as well to fill out the jungle bands coming up. So 2 mid laners band, 4 junglers band, who are all just very strong in their perspectives. Kha'Zix, Leeson, Vi, and Elise all have abilities just that allow them to dive into the back line, get onto an AD carry, and kind of go for the assassin potential. And those are just kind of a lot of strong champions that we see overall in the current patch, so it's not too surprising to see them banned out. But of course, banning out a lot of junglers means it'll be interesting to see what these guys decide to go for jungle picks. First pick is going to be the Jinx coming out for CSU Long Beach.
Yeah, I have to say, I really actually enjoy the Jinx pick here, considering that Vi was taken off the board. Vi's dive is actually one of the things that I almost consider like the counter to Jinx. That ability to get right back to her regardless of any CC she could throw out. So having that taken out at this point really I think was a safe first pick. I will be interested to see whether they still go with the early Thresh pick here, because all supports are still on the board, so not a single support band. And we actually do see 2 pickups here for Santa Clara, as Renekton and Ziggs are picked up.
Yep, so these 2 picks aren't too surprising as well. Just Ziggs obviously has been really popular, has nice global pressure. Renekton up top lane, he's a champion that is just really hard to duel. And he's a really nice frontline champion, really great at tanking up a lot of damage. Looks like picks coming up here for CSU Long Beach are going to be the Shen and the Thresh. So Shen is really interesting, haven't seen him in a while. Thresh, of course, he's very popular. He's one of my favorite champions to play. And I mean, he's just a really strong champion overall. You combine him with Jinx, they have a really nice combo down bottom lane. Both of them have some nice poking potential, as well as just the CC that can come out of them is really fits together well in the bottom lane. And it's very scary for the enemy bottom lane. So we'll have to see what Santa Clara University go for to just counteract this Jinx and Thresh bottom lane.
Yeah, and one of the things I do like about having a Thresh with Jinx is an AD carry that really doesn't have a lot of escape potential. So giving her the Dark Passage to get out of sticky situations is absolutely fantastic. And yeah, the Shen is really an odd pick. I think we've seen it twice in the LCS this season, once in EU and once in NA, between Soaz and Dyrus, which are 2 names that are pretty good. So when they play a champion, you think it might gain a little bit more traction. But I think it's like the consistent staple of top laners. It's like if you play top lane, in the back of your head, you know how to play Shen. Because it just used to be so popular. But some picks thrown out, so let's get to those before we carry on about Shen. We have Morgana and Caitlyn are picked up for Santa Clara, and finishing out the roster for for Cal State Long Beach is Nocturne and Karthus.
Yeah, let's go ahead and talk about the Nocturne and Karthus pickup because this fits in really well into what CSU Long Beach is building, which seems to be a global pickoff composition. Obviously, Thresh has a CC just for pickoffs, but looking at just the global capability of CSU Long Beach, it's in all the other 4 champions. Karthus has the Requiem, Nocturne has his Paranoia, Shen has a Standing Knight, Jinx has the
Super Mega Death Rocket.
Yeah, Super Mega Death Rocket. Totally blanked on that one, but although it's a little less like for sure that'll land, it's a bit shaky, but it's still some lower pressure that they can put out, and it's a really scary composition because once everyone hits level 6, they can go down bottom lane and get a really nice gank off, or just go to any lane actually, and go for just a global gank to get a lot of pressure coming out from this team. But of course, anyways, looking at the other picks though, we do have the Udyr locked in for the last pick, and actually,
okay, I think we had someone disconnect here.
Possibly, no, I think it's a placeholder. Okay, so Udyr was a placeholder for Wukong.
Got it.
So that would be Wukong in the jungle, I believe, which obviously has been getting really popular.
Yeah, I was about to say, oh, Udyr, that is unusual, but nope, it's Wukong. Nothing to see here, folks, just the usual.
Yeah. So, we'll go ahead and get back into the game lobby. Just ban out some random stuff. And, getting this game underway, I'm really excited to see what CSU Long Beach can do with this global composition, because if they use it well in the early and middle stages of the game, it can translate into late game really well.
Yeah. Now, I think we're seeing a support Morgana here. Not really, it's something that has been done, but it's still not the most popular of supports.
Yeah.
So why do you think they went with the support Morgana here?
Well, it's going to help out with, just kind of having a little bit of range. They're using it with Caitlyn. They have a nice amount of range. Morgana has some nice team fighting potential with CC. It also kind of helps out with wave clear, because Ziggs has some nice wave clear. And if they're ever getting sieged down, they might need that. But the biggest thing probably would be having that black shield that you can put on a target that will make them immune to spells. And looking over at the side of CSU Long Beach, they have a lot of CC, especially in the bottom lane as well, where they'll probably need to have something that can peel for Caitlyn, or just can stop that CC from getting to Caitlyn, and just, keeping her alive, obviously. So, although it's some champions might be able to do those jobs better for Morgana, maybe it's just comfortable pickup for that support player. But it does feel like a really it's like a niche pick kind of. It just feels like some small amount of things that might be needed coming into the game.
Yeah. And you know what? Considering how heavy the dive is going to be with Nocturne and Shen, this might be a Black Shield plus Soul Shackles combo just to take them off of AJ Stevenson.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get Soul Shackles, which is going to slow and snare if it's long enough. And then the Black Shield, considering that neither of them really have a great amount of AP damage with their CC abilities, it can be durable enough to take both the Fear and the Taunt away from both those characters. So maybe it's just what the Doctor ordered for them. Not to mention Black Shield on someone Karthus is about to kill can be super annoying for Karthus.
Yeah. And they probably want to... No, go on.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, just deny him at the last minute. He's sitting there, it's like, I have it, no! And, yeah, just Darth Vader it completely.
Yeah, and it's pretty useful just because they have Renekton and Wukong, which can dive in. You might need, just to stop CC from getting onto them, but they'll probably just use it onto Ziggs or Caitlyn, who are very long-range champions, so they can easily stay at the back line, or can somewhat easily stay at the back line. They have their own amount of escape to hopefully get away from the dive-in and assassins from CSU Long Beach. But they're fairly long range. You can probably stay at the back line, let Wukong and Renekton tank it up in team fights. Or at least that's probably what they want to go for, obviously. However, I mean, with the amount of global pressure that CSU Long Beach has, it's going to be really scary. looking over at summoning spells, there's a teleport on that Karthus. So he has an additional amount of global pressure with that. He can teleport in along with Shen and Nocturne. Just apply a lot more pressure.
Yeah, we could actually see a 5-man gank bot.
Yeah.
And that is a scary, scary thought. Also, this is going to be a very tough team to really try and take objective against, because you're going to have Karthus going in, and he's just going to be applying AoE damage over an area, especially if he's going to land that Wall of Pain, because that's just going to make Jinx splash hurt more, that's going to make his own damage hurt more, and if you slow them enough where she's going to, get excited off one kill and keep on going, with all of that magic resist debuff just helping splash damage and any other ambient AP damage happening, it can be so devastating for a team. Especially when you start throwing in the Super Mega Death Rocket damage.
Yeah, definitely. Really interested to see how this goes in the laning phase as well. As you mentioned to me earlier, these are probably one of the more skilled teams in terms of division placements.
Mm-hmm.
And they have really nice champions that can do well in laning phase, especially, Jinx Thresh. I'm more interested to see if Caitlyn and Morgana are going to be able to stall it out, because I don't see them going aggressive. And in the early game, they'll probably be hurt quite a bit, because obviously Morgana, one of the squishier supports, going up against the Jinx and the Thresh, both of them have some really nice early game poke potential. Jinx obviously with the rockets for some extra damage and some AoE. Thresh has the passive on his E that'll just give him quite a bit of extra damage. Of course, his range did get nerfed. He might need to get adjusted to that. My first game on the underneath Thresh, I got really confused as to why I couldn't poke people.
Oh, that happened to me so bad yesterday. I was trying to play, and I was walking up. I'm like, why am I not hitting them? Is there something wrong with my mouse? I mean, this is always where I hit them from. And I'm like, oh wait,
yeah,
range reduction.
Yeah,
this is not as fun as I remember.
So sad. And I mean, going against Morgana and a Caitlyn, that's really gonna hurt Thresh, because those two have a lot more range than Thresh will. So if they're able to just kind of play smart in that bottom lane, return the harass well, it should work out for them. They actually did go for the ignite on Morgana. Thresh goes for the exhaust. So a little bit more kill potential for Morgana, a little bit more damage as well. Thresh just has the utility, which she'll need when Wukong or Nectin get into that back line. They'll need to exhaust on one of them to take a lot of damage away from them. However, going against the Caitlyn, unless he gets the pull off, he won't be in range for that exhaust most of the time. So let's see how that works out for him.
So what's your lane to watch? Which one are, when you look at it, just says, oh boy, this is interesting?
Okay, well, hold on. Okay, so probably this bottom lane, which usually I would say following for quite a few matchups, just because of, as I've been saying, the really high CC bottom lane. And actually, I got kicked out of the loading screen, so I have to load back in.
Okay, I'm going to try and edit scene here a little bit.
Okay, well, has the game already started?
Yes,
oh yeah, you're already in game.
The game has just started.
Okay, well, go ahead and just fill us in on exciting item buys and whatnot, because I need to load back in.
Oh yeah, well, what we do see here is Santa Clara has grouped up. They're going to try and get onto Justin Kimchi, but they do not hit the Dark Binding. The Bouncing Bomb does not land, so Santa Clara is going to pull out, and they're just going to head into their... Oh no, they're going to land a Bouncing Bomb onto Tekshi. Oh, the flash from Morgana actually does cause a flash to come out from Tekshi. So Tekshi is going to go into lane phase, flash down, which on Karthus is not fun. So he may actually have to use his first teleport of the game to heal back some harass he's going to take in lane. Because I'd have to imagine that a spark just went off in True ID's head, just saying, oh man, I'm going to gank mid. I'm going to have some fun in mid.
Okay, well, I got loaded back in, so
Okay.
hopefully it's smooth sailing from here. But yeah, that flash going down is definitely gonna hurt. And it's kind of, I've seen a lot of discussion about this, or just I've heard a lot of discussion about this, whether if it's worth it to just go down early, because First Blood Gold did get nerfed before a certain amount of time.
For 4 minutes.
Yeah, before 4 minutes, there you go. And, you know, not gonna have that flash in the laning phase will definitely hurt him.
Well, it's not only that it hurts you in case you get ganked, it also just takes away your ability to be aggressive.
Yeah.
You almost have to just sit there and take it until it's
Well,
back up.
He's a Karthus. I don't foresee him getting super aggressive. But yeah, it definitely does hurt in that way.
Alright. Well, I have to say, I'll be interested to see the reflect. Oh, Deca gets hooked.
Yep, he's gonna take some damage. Early hook coming out from Justin Kimchi. Going for that hook early, pretty interesting. Has a little bit more pickup potential, has a little bit less harass potential, but they are getting actually pushed up right now in this bottom lane.
And a funny statement here is the fact that Blue Totoro actually already has to pop one pot. And bot lane, man, they are trading heavy.
Yeah. Now this is what... this is something Santa Clara University did really well here, was push up this bottom lane. They hit level 2 first, they able to put off a lot more damage, and obviously they have their early game harass going into their favor just with Caitlyn Morgana, so... I was thinking this matchup would be skewed towards Jinx and Thresh. Obviously, I'm a bit wrong here, just with some nice early aggression from the bottom lane of Santa Clara University.
I mean, who knows? We're only like first couple of days into a patch. You never really know who's strong and who's not until a little bit of the dust clears and the smoke settles. So who knows? Maybe support Morgana now is the OP.
Yeah. Just gotta wait for the pros to pick it up, but that poke on Jinx cannot contest with that. It's like over top lane. Doing quite a bit of trading from those guys as well. Shen has been forced to use his health potion. And Renekton is continually just trying to put down some harass onto him. As you know, usually Renekton do, they go for that E, slice in, and then use their WQ, and then dice out.
Right.
Some really quick harass.
Well, one of the things Yuna's going to have to be careful with here is usually with Renekton, you're pretty aggressive early, and sometimes it leads to some very early turret dives. Well, one person you really can't dive early is Shen.
Yeah.
With the taunt and his ability to kind of run around the tower, if you really try and be aggressive and try and catch him out, he's going to turn it around on you. And I think in bot lane we just saw what might be the reasoning behind this Morgana Caitlyn matchup is that stun to trap combo was fantastic.
The Dark Binding is put down. Oh, hold on, middle lane gank actually coming in from True ID here. A lot of damage to Tekshi. He will be able to survive, although very, very close to going down. And if there's just another auto right there, he might have gone down to the red buff tick, but he'll stay in lane for a little bit longer, a bit risky on his part, obviously not having that flash up. He'll just check a health potion and see if he'll be okay with it. But going really quickly back down to the combo attack on the bottom lane, the Dark Binding really helps with that. Sometimes you see it with Jinx and Thresh is what you just saw right there. Thresh pulls somebody in with the death sentence. Jinx can throw down the traps, snap traps. Thresh can use his flay to push them into it, or they'll walk into it by themselves. So that's kind of the CC combo you'll see. And actually, top lane, we're seeing this game coming out. If you didn't think this would happen, but he tried to go into the tower here. True ID didn't quite commit to it, and it actually went deep Prince here. They want to get this trade going down. Nocturne puts on the fear tether, but he's taking too much damage. Wukong is definitely able to out-trade him there. He's chasing him beyond the jungle. Flash away from deep, Derp, or whatever his name is, and True ID flashes forward, gets the first blood under the tower. To be 1-0 now in favor of Santa Clara University.
So I'm gonna go with Derpent.
Derpent, yeah.
So Derpent there, he was trying to be aggressive and try and get True ID out of his jungle. The only problem was the fact that he wanted to spell shield the Q, but the Nimbish Strike took the spell shield. So he had most of his armor broken there. So True ID was just able to land so much of the damage, and he didn't have enough mana to keep the tether to get the fear. So, all in all, just not a great situation there for Derpent, and he goes down for first blood.
And True ID did just go into top lane. There is Dominus being popped. Ignite ticks down. Nestle goes down. Up in that top lane with Nectin. So favorable matchups for him right there. He's able to take out Shen really early into this game. He's gonna be able to push up to the tower now.
Yeah, and he has actually built up a pretty good CS lead now, thanks to, of course, his lane opponent not being there. So that's 13 CS. He's going to put some damage on tower, and he's got a kill. So all in all, a good start for Unisarange. And we are just seeing pretty much
really doing damage onto this top tower.
Yeah, he is taking it down very low. We also see almost a 20 CS lead opening down bottom, which at the 7.5 minute mark is huge.
Yeah, middle lane we're seeing a bit of trading as well. Both of these guys have hit level 6. And definitely starting to get that trading down. Actually did lose his flash earlier. Might have missed it. True ID did come into middle lane, forced to flash out, so like, right after cooldown goes down. Meanwhile, top lane actually trading once again. Unisaran Cube is going to be forced to go back there. Ignite burned by Nestle in that trade. Meanwhile, middle lane once again they're going back to these poke wars.
Yeah, well, between a Karthus and a Ziggs, there's not really much else for them to do. I mean, it's Q poke to Q poke, and a little bit of farming in between. And truthfully, I think he just wants to get Blue Totoro low that he can maybe ult him to either get out of lane, maybe get a kill, and just start getting some uninhibited farm here. Because even though he is 7 up on his lane opponent, he is down 23 CS to the bot lane right now. As this AJ Stevenson...
Oh, here's the game coming in. Paranoia onto the middle lane. Blue Totoro is being down solo, burns the barrier. He cannot do anything about this. Flashes out. Maybe he can escape. No, he can't. Techie picks the kill, but Cyclone coming up from True ID comes in. Standing 9 to Techie, lives a few more seconds, but goes down. True ID finds the double kill. Requiem coming up. True ID lives. Barely any health left. And he finds more kills for himself. It's bottom lane here. Lands the Dustin Kimchi. They're going for the fight here. Soul Shackle's going down. He escapes from it. Ace Mode coming up. Blocked. Looks like the rest will be home free and is able to go back with a lot of action coming around the map.
Yeah, that was action happening every which where. And Shen, they're trying to throw the shield on to save Karthus, or at least allow him to get a tick more damage. But that was pretty much Wukong passive saving his life there, giving him just enough magic resist to get through all of the damage and the ulti from Karthus and escape with 2 kills. So, we are dealing with a pretty fed monkey right now. He is 3-0-0. He's got his Elder Lizard all ready to go, and Nocturne is now trying to help out the bot lane.
Top lane looks like tower's going down. Actually, there's the Shadow Dash, and Unisaran K is in trouble. Techi's coming up here. There's a Mega Inferno Bomb coming in. Lands onto 2, but he cannot turn this one around. And Nectin going down. And Techi's able to pick up the kill from the roam. Renekton took a lot of damage. They're trying to take him in the tower. Got taunted. They're taking a lot of damage for that. Now Blue Totoro is up at top. He's trying to deal with this one. Shadow Dash goes wide, but he's still in trouble here. Getting into the brush. And he goes down once again. Taxi finds 2 kills in that engagement. It's very questionable there from CSC Long Beach players. But bottom lane, box goes down. Or Dragon Area box goes down. Serpent comes in here. Cyclone coming off from True ID. Please, no feeder. Reno finds the kill, the shut down, and now Drifter finds the kill for himself as well. Killing flashes over the wall, trying to escape here, gets slowed down. He'll be under his tower, but in a pretty bad situation. But it looks like CSC Long Beach just want to go for this dragon.
Yeah, they got the Karthus there. Karthus is actually a very good objective taker. He's really good at the Barons and the Dragons. So they'll use Techi's ability to help take the dragon. That was actually a very nice use of his ultimate. Or not his ultimate, his teleport to make sure he got into that fight. Make sure it went in their favor. And they were pretty close to also getting AJ Stevenson there for almost a 4-0 fight.
Yeah. And really just, it looked to be a bad start for Tekshi, you know. Lost Flash twice in the middle lane, but now he's 3-1, so he's built up these kills fast. And Tekshi, nope, now he's in a bit of trouble. He was seen by the ward. Dark Passage comes up. He might be able to live, actually. Able to live with the sliver of health here. The Dark Passage pulling him out of trouble. And now actually True ID so wants to go for it. Clone gets hooked in. And now he's gonna be jumping again onto Please No Feeder. Reno has to flash away, gets CC'd under the tower there. Now he is low himself. Just going back and forth here. He dashes to a minion. He'll be home free, so. Wait, but actually going on. There's even more action top lane. There's a Reckon picks up a kill actually onto True ID as well as helping put some damage to Yoon. K, but he's able to escape. As now 6-4. Nope, they're going under the tower for the Renekton, but the tower shot's coming in. Knight is ticking down. Looks like he'll be okay though.
Wow, there's almost just too much action
Yeah.
on this field for the Observer to even hold up. So what we did see was True ID did drop. I forgot that there is a Karthus on the field, so people who are low health do not get away. Karthus has finished his Rod of the Ages, which is one of his nice scale with mana items. He is not going to go with the he is not going to build up his Archangels, so that's not going to be a full mana pool Karthus, but it is going to be a decently healthy, decent amount of mana Karthus.
So bottom lane tower goes down here. Santa Clara University have been able to pick up the top and bottom lane outer towers, and you know, although CSU Long Beach is 2 kills up as well as a dragon ahead, they've been able to keep the gold lead. Or Santa Clara University has been able to keep the gold lead in their favor, using those towers, as well as these CS leads coming out, mostly in this bottom lane here. 111 CS on Caitlyn, most CS in the game so far. Next one up would be the 101 picked up by Renekton. So they have been able to keep themselves in this game, although they do have a 2-kill deficit, but you have to be really careful because as we've been seeing, the global ultimates from CSU Long Beach have been used very well so far.
Yeah, they've been using their great pressure here. Please note Fiorino hasn't really used the global part.
Lane, Soul Shackle's going down. Justin Kimchi has to flash away. Ace and hole blocked by Please No Fiorino. And I just want to point out that D for Deca has been hitting so many of these dark bindings. Like pretty much every time the camera has been on him, I've seen him hit a dark binding, and it's really important, obviously, as a Morgana to be able to nail those. Because you know the travel time's a little bit wonky on those, but it's a really nice CC, and they've been able to utilize those snares really because they have the long range poke.
Yeah, it's a great CC, and it actually roots people a lot longer than people imagine. Like, it is a really effective snare. And they're using it to great effect here. They're chaining it up with the Yordle Snap Trap when it's available. And they haven't really gotten the jungle presence in the lane as much as I think they might have been planning. Because they haven't really been sending True ID up top much.
Yeah, and actually looks like Derpent might want to come down to this bottom lane here. Paranoia is up. He's been using it for just some actually, you know, more close range ganks. Obviously, range of a dick and nerfed a long time ago, so that's really what it can only be used for. But I just want to point out that D for Deca has been maxing the dark bindings here, and it's going down for 2.75 seconds. 2.75 seconds of snare time onto whoever gets hit by that. To put in perspective, Fiddlestick's fear at max rank lasts for about 2 seconds, so it actually lasts longer than Fiddlestick's fear would. And usually we call Fiddlestick's fear the duration is forever.
Yeah, well that is the new underrank, but here we go in mid.
Yep, they're going under this one. Barriers on Blue Totoro once again, but it can't help him this time, or can it? He's able to survive the tower shots. A little bit too much, but nope, it can't help him. Requiem coming up. Blue Totoro goes down. Taxi finds once another kill. True ID though comes in here, has a cycling going down. Sandy Knight though from Nestle goes for the Shadow Dash, isn't able to land it, but Shreddy using too much damage, and Nestle on bottom lane. They're going to dash in here, but the Soul Shackle's coming off. The Super Mega Death Rocket finds the kill. D for Deca, though, can't pick anything up from this one either. There is the Zap coming out to get the slow down, but it looks like D for Deca will be okay for now. It's a nice engage coming down with that bottom lane. And that Death Rocket coming out right at the end to pick up the kill as well.
Yeah, across the map, I don't think that could have gone better for Cal State Long Beach. They were able to pick up 2 kills in mid. They were able to pick up a kill down bottom, and now they're moving on to Dragon.
Yeah, they're looking to pick up yet another Dragon for themselves. Second Inferno Bomb came down, but it was a little bit too early. But however, the rest of the team is coming in right on time. Blue Totoro finds a kill on Justin. And he keeps chasing here. Nice zap still on D for Deca. Looks like the K1 kill. Nope, TriD flashed over the wall. Flashed away from Please No Feederino. But TriD is being adamant with this chase here. Going for it. Finds another dash. There's the flash. There lands. Each to the barrier. True ID finds the kill. That's going to be 2 members of CSU Long Beach going down after picking up that dragon.
Yeah, D for Deca flashed into that Dark Binding there to make sure that Please No Feederino went down. He is being very aggressive, or pretty much as aggressive as you can be for it being a Morgana support.
Yep. So another tower going down here. Santa Clara University now 3 towers. And they have fallen behind in gold. CSU Long Beach finding quite a few kills, as well as getting the second dragon of the game just now. Let's go ahead and take a look over at the item buys here. We're seeing quite a bit of armor coming out from Shen, of course. Gone for the Sunfire as well as the Randuins. Everything else is looking pretty standard in terms of items. Both junglers actually go for the Spirit of the Elder Lizard, so they are looking to put out quite a bit of damage. Is there anything interesting you can see in these item builds?
So, one of the things I find kind of interesting is the fact that D for Deca here rushed Boots of Mobility before getting Talisman of Ascension. He clearly feels that it's in the team's best interest for him to speed up and fight. So here we go, top lane.
Hold on, yep, there's a Dominus coming out, but it won't help him much. Texture finds another kill, and now 6-1.
This is really dangerous for Santa Clara, because the person that's leveling up right now, the person that's really taking this gold and getting a lot stronger, is perhaps the hardest scaling person in this game, which is Karthus. And one of the unfortunate things is late game, Karthus will still always at least have 10 seconds of interaction in your team fight.
Yep.
His damage will come through regardless of whatever you do. So, the fact that he right now is getting this gold, he's getting the AP, he's getting the damage built, it's just scary for them. Oh, here we go in bot lane.
Oh, yep, Zap hits onto D for Deca. However, Justin Kimchi has to flash over the wall, gets locked down by the Soul Shackles regardless, throws on the box, tries to get away, but AD Mova Stevenson has the ace in the hole to find the kill. Now, Feederino going to the same guys. Texture runs to AD Mova Stevenson, but is able to find the kill. Idea is unable to save him. Bottom lane, D for Deca goes down. Please No Feederino, and I really wish these guys had shorter names.
Yeah, they've got some long names, but one thing they also have is that global map presence.
Yeah, but there's gonna be more fighting. Strategy dives in. Mega Inferno Bomb does come down. Texture's going down, gets shut down this time. But Please No Feederino found the kill with the rocket, now chasing after her. Alright, not chasing after her. But it looks like Totoro and Nina Sangare will be safe and sound. But still just constant fighting in this game.
Yeah, I think both teams right now are just trying to say, hey, we can kill better than you. No, you can't. We kill better than you. So
Yep.
they're just going to trade it off with a little bit of blood on everyone's fist at this point. But a big buy just finished for Karthus. He now has his Zanya's Hourglass.
Yeah, and he hasn't even gone for like a huge glass cannon. Karthus is actually, hold on, bottom lane. Please No Feederino isn't killed. Gonna get sandwiched in between the AD carry and support here. Gets locked down. Barrier coming out. Will not be enough. And actually, regular coming up. Can he life still? No, he can't. AJ Mofo Stevenson goes down, and once again, those Requiems just making the difference in a lot of these engagements. That's like the third time it's been able to pick up something who got really low.
Yeah, the only unfortunate thing here for them is the fact that Tekshi did not have blue buff when he used Requiem there, and he has 0 cooldown from his items yet. So he is going to need blue buff, and he's probably going to have to pick up a cooldown item. Oh, but here we go in the blue jungle.
Yeah, Different taking a lot, not even taking a lot, they're dealing a lot of damage through ID, but now there's damage coming out. The True Turtle throws down the Mega Inferno bomb. Listen, Kimchi goes down, True ID tries to fake it out with the clone. But Different is too smart, he finds a kill that goes on anyways to Blue Tortorella. At the end of it all, Nestle's still around. Nice nair from D for Deck on Tekshi there. And that lasts for quite a while, and they're trying to pick up this Pink Ward, but the flash of Soul Shackle is coming out onto 2. Tekshi throws down the Zhonya's Hourglass. They're still going for him. They do take him down. D for Deca goes down. The Reno finds a kill there. But nice flash grenade still coming. Goff is unable to be blocked. AJ Mofo Stevenson finds the kill and will be forcing Nestle to get out of there. And these fights is going for so long. It's really hard to keep track of the kills, but it seems to be like 3 for 3.
Yeah, that was a long one.
Yeah.
And one thing we really saw with the 2 carries here for Santa Clara is how hard it is to chase them without dying. Yeah. Because Caitlyn netted and built over Peacemaker, and Ziggs was dropping bombs and mines all the way. And it really took down Nestle and Please No Fiorino just trying to run up to them. They had full health chasing 2 low health targets, and they dropped just from really what was the kite and the damage coming out as they were walking away. So even though Tekshi is really strong right now, if they aren't going to fight in Tekshi's area, I think it still could be a real big problem.
Fighting in the Dragonair here. Blue Tortorella is way too out of position. He gets caught out, he's flashing away. Meanwhile, the other parts of the fight, Tekshi trying to dive in, going for the damage shutdown onto Blue Tortorella here. D for Deca going down low as well, gets taken out by Tekshi. True ID has to flash out. Ace in the hole. Locked in with Trey Nestle. And kill for himself as well as actually Zhonya's Hourglass popped by Tekshi, but now they're chasing after. AJ Mofo Stevenson gets slowed down by the zap and the Shadow Dash. Picks up the double kill for Nestle there. And 4 members of Santa Clara University falling there. And no one actually going down for CSU Long Beach. And now they'll be picking up 3rd dragon for them.
Yeah, this will be an easy dragon for them. And you know, with Nestle there picking up the kill on the Shadow Dash, I know from personal experience, when you use Shadow Dash and get a kill, you're like, really?
Style points,
with,
man.
With Shadow Dash, it's like, it should be like an Xbox Live achievement. It's like, kill with worthless ability.
Not worthless, but...
Yeah, well, with low damage.
Yeah.
It's like killing them softly.
Well, it might have been, maybe it was like some factor of like Sunfire Cape, maybe that helped out.
Oh yeah, Sunfire Cape was also there. Need to factor that in, that's 40 damage per second, man.
Yeah, well, nevertheless, it looked like that when that killed him. I mean, that's probably what did, really.
Yeah, I mean...
It did get him in range, but still, 3-1-10 now, and just looking over at the scores, CSU Long Beach look really scary, 10-3-5 now on Tekshi. And he's not even building... I was playing this out earlier, but he's not building Glass Cannon cards. I want to finish this up so you can talk. But he's just building defense. His Rylai's, he has Zhonya's. Or he's building Rylai's, he has Zhonya's. And his Rod of Ages already built up. So he's just going for a lot of tankiness, actually.
Yeah, that's actually exactly what I was about to say. Is that the Rylai's build coming out here before the Rabadon. So clearly he's worried more about zone control and the quality of his damage rather than just like the pure quantity of it. He wants to make sure that if they're in his zone, like near a Baron or a Dragon, they are just going to feel his breath. Oh wow,
nice flown onto 2 million Mega Freedom Bomb coming down here as well, but third noise coming up right on Daisy Mofo Stevenson. Everyone's getting into this fight, so Tekshi gets in with a teleport. Finds a kill for himself. True ID has to get out here, flashing from Tekshi, looking for True ID. But he is on the run right now. We'll see if True ID can get out of here alive. Tekshi's still trying to chase after. He's heading towards CSU Long Beach's base, so I'm not too sure how he can get himself out of this one. As you're seeing most members of Santa Clara most members of CSU. So following, Nestle walks into him. He's kind of all the clone. He is able to follow correctly. Shadow Dash comes out. Still trying to chase after though. Knight comes down. That should be it. Meanwhile, back in the middle lane, right where it started their fighting, Texture finds the kill. Lutoteron now going very low as well. He should be dead here. It's a double kill for Texture as the score just keeps increasing.
Yeah, Tekshi gets 2 more kills because he needed more kills. He really did. He has a blue buff, and now they're going to start Baron thanks to True ID being down.
Yeah, and they're gonna be, most of the members are getting there. Durpin's a little far away, but he is still making his way, and actually be a little bit careful here, taking some damage. But please don't feed Reno there. You probably should be able to pick some. No, they're turning something around. They want to find more kills, actually. He's going and he does go down. And they go right back to the Baron here.
Yeah, Nestle will actually fight off AJ Stevenson, and he's doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, very, very well. I mean, he does have. Oh, there is the Mega Death Rocket. Able to pick up the kill. I was gonna say, he does have the tools needed, but the only tool he needed right there was the teamwork. Please don't feed Reno sweeps in with that kill.
I haven't even been checking. Isn't there some interaction here between Jinx and Caitlyn?
Yeah.
Yeah, catch me if you can.
Yeah, something like that. I'm not sure. I'll look that up.
Yeah, but clearly the one having the advantage in this game right now is that Jinx has finished the 3rd major item and no finish last whisper here for AJ Stevenson. So I think the advantage here clearly in the favor of Please No Feed Reno, as his Super Mega Death Rockets have been on point. I can't think of one that actually didn't get the kill at this point. And as far as finishers between Karthus's ulti and the Super Mega Death Rocket, this has just been a tour de force of you don't live with low health.
Okay, so I just googled it, and actually they have passives displaying this. They have passives on the champions displaying this. So they just have like counters for how many times they've killed the other champion. So Jinx has 6, and Caitlyn has 3. So obviously Jinx is doing a bit of a better job here. Doesn't compete, taking a lot of damage. Durpin drives in here. Brenalon comes down, the kill from the blue turnaround, still in trouble. Shadow Dash coming up, and the Vorpal Blade picks up the kill. Now going back, Tekshi has his down in Zarek last, and is able to survive, but it gets dived in. He just fights True ID. He's still trying to chase after, but he takes too much chance. Please don't feed Reno, finds the kill. Now here's our Requiem coming up, and the double kill to finish off the fight. 1 for 5 in favor of CSU Long Beach. Now they'll be able to take up this top 10.
Oh, thank goodness I'm not playing play-by-play, because I would have been screaming at the top of my lungs there. What a Requiem by Karthus. Just wiped off the remaining members from the map. And now we're seeing Jinx's full fury here as they are mowing through turrets. And they have Nestle to tank up turrets. This might be game right here. Blue Totoro is up. What can he do to defend?
Yeah, not much. He's trying to protect you. He's actually really low here. Tower shots are going to take him out, but the Nexus towers are down. And CSU Long Beach will make their quick escape out of the base here. And that was just a really well-played team fight and a great follow-up as well. Picking up 2 Nexus towers, exposing that Nexus is really great there. The CSU Long Beach puts them in a huge position. They have a lot more pressure now on Santa Clara University, and actually Deep for Decade taking a lot of damage here, throws on the snare. Was getting cheats after. There's the talisman coming up as well, going into the tower. Nestle finds the kill. And actually looks like True ID comes in here as well, but he might get picked off by himself as well. There's no backup except for the reaction coming in. Ace no lands out to keep up Peter, but he's able to survive, flashes out, and is able to escape. Now Santa Clara has been taking a lot of damage here. Nestle soaking it up. He's able to shield from the Dark Passage, but this is just a fight right after that. Oh, okay. Auto attack coming out from Caitlyn, finds the kill there. And they're still looking for more here. Santa is going so low. You can see now find the zap. There it was, a paranoia on the edge of Stevenson. Durpin finds the kill. And this is literally right off of the last fight. I don't think a few members of CSU Long Beach will even go back here. Because Figaro gets locked in deep into guys respawned, and actually the surrender vote comes in. That's going to be CSU Long Beach finding the victory. Is actually it did have Nestle right there at the base.
No, it was Tekshi.
Okay, no, that's Tekshi. Okay.
Yeah, Tekshi had teleported in to the minions attacking the base. So he was gonna backdoor it regardless. But boy, what a game here by CSULB. It did not start out in the best sense, as True ID really worked some magic in the early game. Opened up 3-0-0, but then it was the Tekshi show.
Yep.
Tekshi just came in, and we were worried with that early flash down that he was just going to have no presence in lane. But he kept his farm equal, and then he made every roam, teleport, and ulti count.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that was just spectacular.
Yeah, it was a really great play. So I believe that was a best of one?
That was a best of one.
Yep.
So CSULB will move on to the next round, and we are actually going to prep the next game here for you. So we'll sign off just for a moment, and then we will be back probably at the start of the next hour at 11 o'clock to bring you another semifinal match. That will be University of Utah versus University of Washington Tacoma, so please stay tuned, folks.